Today's story is going to be about the Good Samaritan. Have you heard about that story? It's a story that Jesus tells to the crowd. Um, and it's about generosity and kindness and how we should treat one another. And Jesus told the story like this. There was a man traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho when a band of robbers came and beat him and stole his possessions. When they beat him so bad that he fell to the ground and he was unconscious, and they took everything that he had. And he was in bad shape. A priest comes by, traveling the same road, and he sees the man lying on the ground. And the priest looks around and doesn't quite know what's going on. And he looks at the man lying there on the ground. And he walks around him and goes about his way. And then there was the Levite who was traveling down the same road, a devout man of the law, filled with righteousness. He looks at the man, beaten, lying unconscious on the ground. He too looks around, and he steps over the man and keeps going. And then there was a traveler. They call him the Good Samaritan. That's what Jesus called him. Saw the man lying there on the ground, unconscious and beaten. And the Word of God says that the man took pity on the traveler. And he went to him. And he took care of his wounds. He poured oil and wine on the wounds, and he bandaged the wound. And he put the man onto his donkey. And they rode to an inn. Now, an inn is like a hotel where people stay when they're traveling on their way to a certain location. And the Good Samaritan spoke to the innkeeper and told the innkeeper, take care of this man, and I will pay for all of his expenses when I return. And so the innkeeper agreed and took care of the beaten traveler. And the point of the story is about how we treat one another. How important it is to treat each other with respect and kindness and not ignore one another. Being able to help one another. That is the way that God would have us to be. And that is what Jesus preached. He preached about loving one another and caring for people and being kind to people. You can find this story on Luke chapter 10, verse 33. Actually, read the whole chapter of Luke chapter 10,